Hello, my crafty friend, and thank you so much for tuning in to today's very special video where I'm doing a show and tell of the gorgeous artwork sent to me by the very talented and lovely person, May from Saudi Arabia. She is just so generous and so overwhelmingly talented and creative. She's done things that I've never seen done in junk journals before, and I just feel beyond grateful to receive these beautiful gifts from her, and I just felt compelled to share them with you because why not? They're fun to look at. So without further ado, these three stunning, each totally unique books were all made by May. I'm going to start by doing a flip through of these, and then towards the end of the video I want to show you a few of the other really awesome gifts that she sent, really beautiful fabrics and trims and papers and books and other stuff. But let's start with the art. So just so you know, that's coming up later too. I think this is such a fun idea. So she's made a sort of a folder using an upcycled brown paper bag, and she has just collaged it to the nines with beautiful cutouts and done some multimedia work with paint and splatters, and I just think it is so cool looking. So on the cover, this magazine page cutout with these really lovely architectural details. I think they look so cool. I love how she's layered this tag-shaped cutout of a beautifully set table beneath it. It gives such a neat little hint. And I like how she's utilized this black tape as a place to do some recording, or maybe that's part of the book. We'll see. But anyhow, in the front pocket was stashed this adorable little cutie of a booklet. And it's funny, after receiving the last package from May, or my first package from May, which I've also done flip through videos of, I can totally recognize now what is her style. The way she layers materials, that's gonna be a fun pocket to fill up. The way she coffee dyes her paper, the unique closures that she adds. The fun thing about watching junk journal videos on YouTube, which I am pretty addicted to in my spare time when I'm not making journals or filming my own flip throughs, I like to watch other people do junk journal flip throughs. But it's really cool how each artist has their own unique style. And if you see enough of their work, you start to recognize what they've made. So I can see now very clearly what May's style is, and I think I would define her style as maximalist multimedia collage. But I mean, we shouldn't put anybody in a box. Everybody has variations of their style too, but I just love how she really does over-the-top collaging. I think, oh, I'm so sorry I tore that. Oh, I'll tape that back up. It'll still look perfect when it's closed. But anyway, she does just the coolest stuff in her collaging. And bamboo charcoal sachets. Oh, that's going to be wonderful added into my clothing drawers. What's funny, when I unpacked all of this stuff yesterday, I didn't realize there was a Velcro pocket here. I thought everything was sealed up. So that's a fun discovery. And oh, such a beautiful piece of paper. That reminds me of the stuff I put in my beach themed journals. So pretty. I love the way that's folded, like a little romantic, maybe shabby chic envelope, the way that comes together. So cute, May, thank you so much. One thing that doesn't translate in the video, I set that sachet aside because I'm going to put that in with my sheets right away. What doesn't translate on camera that I wish I could share with you is how luxurious everything smells in the package that she sent. My entire apartment smells beautifully perfumed. And I think it's cool how in her collage work, there are perfume bottles showing. So maybe this is something that she wears and that's what I'm smelling, that's kind of permeated all of these papers and fabrics. But anyhow, I love the way she's done this collage with the bigger pieces in the back, and then how she's added details of fashion and jewelry. I'm pretty obsessed with jewelry. My main shop is a jewelry shop where I sell the beaded bracelets and things that I make. So it's always really cool when other artists add elements of jewelry into their design. So this cool dragonfly brooch, this beautiful model who is just dripping in eye-themed jewelry. I love that. Look at those sunglasses. Like, that's more jewelry, I think, than eyewear at this point. That beautiful purple dress, this lovely black and white photo with her statement necklace. I just think it's so cool how well May knows me that she includes cool jewelry pieces. So I'm going to add that. There's an entire shelf in my bookshelf that is, I think maybe 1/4 of it is now filled up with May's books. So I can't wait to add the new ones to that shelf. This one has such a fun closure idea. Look how she's attached the ribbon into that grommet, and then to complete the ends, she's used these upcycled thread spools. How fun is that? And of course they coordinate to the color theme in her cover design. So beautiful. So May, I'm sure, like, obviously she's watching this too. I won't expect a comment here because she doesn't do social media, which is another reason I think it's nice to share her art here on my channel. May had sent some of these really fun looking wood chips with her last Happy Mail, and I've had them in with my craft stash, wondering how to incorporate them into my work. She also sent some of these cool gold flake pieces, a whole little jar of them. And I love looking at them, but was wondering, what will I do with these? Now I see how she's used them, and I'm totally going to start adding them to clusters on my covers because they just add so much fun texture. So if you see what I mean about her maximalist collage style, this cover has such a cool tactile feel to it. It's almost plasticized by the way she's coated the things that she's collaged down. But it has such a beautiful vibe. And I love these flakes of gold and everything that she's put into it, and the little dangles where she tied the signature. And I think this is such a fun idea. And one of the reasons I decided to film a video immediately, because she put a little page that says special request. And I feel like this is okay for me to share with you guys because I think it's an idea I'm going to copy and also do. So she wrote that she wishes for this book to be a swap journal, and she's left the pages plain for me to fill up in my own style of crafting. And then once it's full, I'll send it back to her along with a blank cover filled with blank pages that I'll make for her to fill up and send back. And I've seen journal artists do this and share their posts on Instagram, and I've always thought it was such a cool idea. But this will be my first time actually participating in a journal swap. So thank you so much, May, for this beautiful piece. And I just love the way the pages look already. Each one a different size, a different texture, a different color. It's going to be so much fun to fill this up. I love this fabric. She sent me a big piece of this fabric too, and it just has, oh, such a cool look and such a cool texture. There's nothing like red, white, and gold. And I love that it's kind of double-sided. So much fun. Her coffee dyed paper is always so crisp and beautiful. Recently, I made a video sharing the process that I follow for doing peacock themed journal covers. And I wasn't quite sure how it would feel for me to craft with a camera turned on and to try to describe my process as I go. Look how she's painted that. It's so pretty. But it actually went surprisingly well, and I had some great feedback on it. So thank you to those who commented on that, you know, tutorial video to make a peacock themed journal cover. Anyhow, I've decided that my next video is going to be kind of a craft with me video, or a how-to sort of a video, where I'll decorate the first page in this swap journal and show a little bit of my process for how I do collaging. How adorable is this? Oh, I love these. So cute, May. They are just so cute. And I love the little mini books that she adds within her books. This is just such a great way to add extra little papers. Look at that Gucci paper. Oof, that's golden. So cool. And the book pages and the painted pages and this puffy kind of plastic packaging stuff. It just looks so cool. So yay, I love this swap journal. It's one of my favorite things that was in this package, because it's like two gifts in one. It's a beautiful thing to look at. It's a beautiful creative challenge to fill it up. And it's also an invitation to create a book for her to fill up. Really cool. So yeah, you can expect to see me working in that very soon. Now this big, chunky mammoth of a beauty is the journal that she's made for me. And I can't even begin to tell you how special it feels to hold a book, knowing how many hours of creative joy have gone into making it. So thank you so much for this, May. It is so magnificent. I love that there's a peacock face on the cover. So peacocks are one of my personal favorite themes for junk journals. And the book that she bought from my Etsy shop was a peacock garden themed book. So it's kind of neat that now we each have a journal made by the other featuring a peacock on the cover. I think the little girl eating watermelon is just so sweet, and especially because it's summertime when this package arrived. It was August 1st, yesterday, when I got this from May. And so what symbolizes summer more than chowing down on some sweet watermelon? So yeah, the way she's collaged this, I love the silver pen. I love the lady standing here. How cool it is. It looks like she's got like a robotic hand or something. Really neat. The way May has added the little gold charm details. I like how these little leafy charms have become watermelon seeds. And the back is looking super cool too, with the little details, the owl faces on the little, maybe a monkey, maybe a sloth hanging in the tree. It's really neat. I think my favorite part of the cover is actually the spine. It's going to look so gorgeous sitting on my bookshelf with all of these beautiful beaded elements. And I like that it's kind of a peekaboo mesh, so you can see where she sewed in the signatures beneath it. Really fun. So yeah, just beautiful stuff. I wasn't prepared with she also included a really cute mug that features a beautifully painted woman. And so I plan on drinking this tea out of that mug. So I'll set that aside. And what a beautiful peacock bookmark. So rich and royal. Even like I said, when you see how other people make junk journals, it always sparks a little imagination, and we will always get ideas for things that we wouldn't have thought of ourselves when we experience other people's artwork. And that's why I think watching these kinds of videos, going to museums, going to art galleries, participating in swaps, it can be such an inspiring thing. Because this background, I think this might be a decoupaged napkin. It's got such a cool texture and it feels so soft to the touch. I just love the way she's done that. The pressed flowers, the handmade pages, so sweet. I love seeing the Arabic script. So beautiful. I love, 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 love her coffee dyed pages. I love the hand-drawn swirly lines on the back of this one. The paper doily. I also really appreciate how all the paper clips and all the safety pins are gold, not silver colored. I just really love the way gold looks against pages, and I always use gold too, so it's neat to see that May has done the same. This is a really sweet little fabric sampler, beautifully put together, just on another gold safety pin. Cute little magazine cutouts. This adorable little bookie book clipped in. Back when I was, I think, a little bit newer to junk journals, I made, like one day I sat down and made 5 or 6 little mini booklets like that one. And for the longest time, I would include one inside every journal that I made. And I've gotten out of the habit of doing that because I used up the ones that I made, but I feel like seeing that makes me want to start doing it again. Arabian jewelry. So again, this is how well May knows me, because jewelry is quite possibly my favorite thing to look at, my favorite thing to wear, my favorite thing to incorporate into my own journal designs. And so it's really cool. It's like a cultural exchange or a cultural swap in a way, to see bits of jewelry that are traditional to where May is from. I'm wearing right now a pair of earrings that she included with the gift. May, by the way, you've spoiled me. You've spoiled me unbelievably with your generosity. Yeah, I'm wearing a pair of earrings that she sent. And what's funny, May, you couldn't have possibly known this, but when I was in India, I wore really heavy earrings whenever I was on stage. I love this little booklet. Oh, some of the most beautiful printed paper ever. That golden sheen. Can't wait to use this. I'm going to use this journal. When I fill up the journal I'm currently working in, this is going to be the next journal that I use for my personal junk journaling, because she's left so much space for collaging and for writing. I won't add anything too thick, but it's just going to be so much fun. But anyway, when I was in India, I wore very heavy earrings. And so the holes where my ears were pierced are now more like lines. They're those elongated holes that ladies get if we wear earrings that are too heavy. So I never wear earrings on a hook. I only wear studs. And so the fact that you sent studs, May, without even knowing that those are the only style of earrings I wear, that's just really cool. How adorable is this little openable tag? Super cute. All the metallics really pop in these books. This little bitty might have fallen off of something, so I'm going to remember to glue it back in. when I do some work in this journal. Oh, maybe it was here. Very pretty. It's very fragile, so I'll just lightly tuck it in so as not to rip that paper. So cute. I love that plasticky texture too. Just, oh, the snowflake looking design on these pages. It's just so special. And on this one, she's labeled it Saudi artist. So this man here has obviously painted these really cool paintings. And I love how in his art, you can see more examples of kind of cool Arabian jewelry, like the headdress on this lady. Maybe that's a part of her scarf or her dress or a little sash, but whatever it is, it's stunning. I bet he would be very flattered, May, if he knew how you've incorporated his art as sort of a cultural ambassador to Saudi Arabia in this little layout. So, so cool. So cool. Just beautifully done. Book page edition. This is an idea that I've never seen before, but I love it so much, May, that I'm going to definitely start doing this in the journals I make. So thank you for this. She's taken this stunning woman, this beautiful lady's picture, and turned it into a window page that opens up to reveal this beautiful vase of flowers. I've never before thought to take a picture, like a complete photo, and cut it down the middle to turn into little doors. I've done things like that out of, you know, pictures that have an obvious opening or an obvious close, like a door or a window frame or a cabinet. But I've never thought that that could be done with something, you know, that's already a full picture. And it looks so cool. And I love how you've decorated her with these extra flowers and cutout bits. That vellum. This beautiful fabric, the lightest blue with gold. Another gorgeous lady in a crown of donuts. Literally, how sweet. You are beautiful. May, you are beautiful. You have the most beautiful, generous heart. I almost said of anybody I've ever met, but how funny, we've never actually met. But of anybody from whom I've ever received a gift, you are by far the most generous. It's just stunning, inspiring, Arabia, really cool collage. Look at this dress. And again, there's some jewelry details. I immediately notice her stack of bangles. How cool is that? The heavy gold bangles. Love that layout. Another little mini book. More of this gorgeous coffee dyed paper. Downtown in Jeddah, Old Region. Oh, just look at that fashion. Holy! I love an asymmetrical skirt, and I love over-the-knee boots under a short skirt. That's something that every winter I'll wear something like this at least once. So it's kind of cool, again, May, how intuitive you are, that of all the magazine pages, of all the magazines, you included this in the journal. And I adore the architectural details in that doorway behind her. Really cool to see what it looks like in that old area. It's kind of sad how architecture, modern architecture, is so characterless and cultureless and plain. A lot of times it's just box-shaped buildings with industrial, mass-produced features. But when you look at the architecture of a building like this one, where each window frame has like a character to it, like the beams are all different lengths and the thatching is different on each one. I just find that so cool to see. So inspiring. I love handmade things. Obviously you do too, May, and you do too, you who are watching this. So beautiful. I love that little heart sticker. And these cute little paper tags. Laughter and too cute. And one day, I'm going to have to find out what these things say. I can read the word YouTube. The rest I'm not sure. But it's just so cool. I love seeing writing in other languages. So gorgeous, these papers. And I love how there's two of these together, so it makes a little kind of a booklet within the booklet. And of course there are little charm dangles on every piece, a little American flag. I have a lot of American friends and probably a lot of American viewers, so there's a little nod to your country. Super sweet pieces. Another beautiful lady kind of peeking up from behind the vellum. How pretty is this? So the closure on this opens in the same way as the closure on the swap journal. And look at those happy sunny butterflies. Ah, it's just so cool. Nicely folded origami, May. I have to remember to do more origami elements in journals too. I love that. This is cute with the little donut, a little donut ruler in centimeters. So adorable. And I love this little stack of hearts that's holding these little cute tags. I'm definitely going to use these little tags. So much fun. And then look at the beautiful painting that she made. There's just something really magical about watercolor flowers. I think because they take on a life of their own when colors start to melt into each other and the paint starts to soak into the paper. Watercolor is one of my own favorite mediums for art. This is so cute. Space themed. Space and crystals and sea are my favorite themes. Space, jewelry, crystals, the sea. Oh, this lace is just stunning. I love how you've hand stitched this little pocket onto it. Just adorable. I don't know how many times I've said adorable, but really everything in this journal is so adorable. These like fantastical imagined landscapes on other planetary surfaces are just so cool. And I love all the butterflies that you've used. And this accordion folded pull-out page. The little cute gummy bear charm on the tag. You know, okay, so May, in a message on WhatsApp, I mentioned to her that it's like she knew what was on my craft wish list and sent exactly those things. So one of them was in a bag of junk jewelry that I've found thrifting. There were little mini gummy bear charms like that. And I put them into a little giveaway pouch that I included with one of the journals that sold from my shop. And then I thought I should have kept one of those because they were so cute. And so now it's like one of them has come back and will always live in this book from me. So that's a really special little thing. More magazine pages with some really pretty embossed paper made into a frame. Some of that gorgeous red fabric and some really beautiful textured on gold and shiny green and gold. I also always love the texture, the way it feels to touch embossed paper. One of my favorite things about junk journals is the texture of all the different papers together. Fun in the rain. That's a cute one too. I love how the yellow raincoat matches the yellow clothespin. So pretty. This paper wreath is so cute too. The little book page tuck spot with the painted details. And look at the teeny tiny little envelope tucked into this out of origami paper. There's just something so special about miniature things too, isn't there? When there's like a little miniature book tucked into a book. These embossed hearts are so cool. This ruffle. Oh, and then more images of Arabian jewelry. I think one of my favorite color combinations of all time is turquoise and gold. And you can really see how opulent that color design is against a black backdrop here. So pretty. And I like how you say Handmade. So sweet. And there's more of that stunning decoupaged lining. So just beautiful. So thank you so much, May. This journal is going to be like a treasured jewel on my bookshelf. And I really look forward to getting into it. So, setting that aside, these beautiful papers are not just a backdrop for me to film, they're a stack of stunning wallpaper samples that she included with the package. So you can expect to see me start crafting with those soon. And boy, I don't even know where to start with the other show and tell stuff. I'm feeling like I'll start with this cool little stack. It's the Indian newspaper that you wished you'd bought from India. So thank you, May. Obviously, May has watched my videos because in one of them, I had mentioned that if I had gone to India at a time in my life where I knew about junk journals, I would have bought some newspapers because I just love the way it looks to have script in other languages in the collages and in the backgrounds of stuff. And so this one, I'm not sure which language it's in. It's not Hindi. I don't think it's Tamil either. Oh, Malayalam. First Malayalam published outside India. An Arab news publication. So that would be the Malayalam language. Really, really cool looking scripture. Or not scripture, script. So I will definitely have fun. Thank you so much, May. I'll have some fun tearing pieces of that to use in collage pages and journal backgrounds. She really spoiled me with these coffee dyed papers. And you know what's funny, May? You sent a lot of gorgeous coffee dyed papers in your last package too. And I've used one of them in a book that I called Treasure Bound. And I'm going to use one of them in a handmade journal, custom order journal that I'm working on for our mutual friend, to whom you've also sent some home, coffee dyed paper. But I've kind of been hoarding it because it's just so beautiful that I didn't want to cut it up or tear it up or use it. But you've sent me so many this time that I feel like, yes, now I can cut into it and start using it more freely. I just love it. I don't know what's your secret, how you can dye such big pages in such beautiful patterns, but I haven't seen anybody coffee dye paper quite as beautifully as you do, as May does. Just look at how stunning those are. And I feel like in a journal, For example, there were pages of this in the journal that May gave to me. I feel like these would be wonderful pages for gratitude journaling. For example, write in each of these little circles, challenge yourself to think of something that you're grateful for today and write them down. So for example, if I was gratitude journaling and this was the page I was working in, I could write, you know, the lovely gifts from May are one of the things I'm grateful for. Family and friends visiting in the summertime, you know, good health, creative fulfillment. There's just so many things you can do with coffee dyed pages like this. And I feel like as much as it would be a great backdrop to collage other things over, I kind of like challenging myself to find ways to use the page as it is. Oh, and this just reminds me of snowflakes. In December, I'd like to do a Christmas themed journal that I don't really like the over cartoony Santa Claus style of stuff, of crafty stuff. I kind of want it to look more, I guess, more winter themed than Christmas themed, so it can kind of be a winter long journal. Anyway, I was thinking instead of doing over the top Christmas, I would like to do a snowflake theme. And this paper is going to be perfect for a snowflake themed journal. Anyhow, she also sent a bunch of these beautifully painted bubble technique silver on white pages, which will also be beautiful now that I think of it in a snowflake themed journal. So yes, these are going to be fun. I've got an idea for what I'd like to do with these, and I'll let you know when I do. Okay, other crafty things that she's made, and even the packaging, even the way she's wrapped everything up is so cute, because I can definitely reuse this fun crinkly bag paper. An adorable kitty cat tag, such a cute little heart and a camera pin on it. These pretty ceramic pieces. I love the crackle in those ceramics. And then this little bag has just a stack full of stunning butterflies that she's made. Each one is different. They've been painted gold. They've got fun stuff making the bodies, like lace and plastic bits and buttons. So yay, I'm planning a move. It's going to be quite worky to get all of my stuff properly organized so that I can move, but in September I'll be moving, and finally I'll be in a place that includes a craft room, like an actual designated craft room, instead of just having my crafts take up the entirety of my apartment. And so I'm already planning to put those pretty butterflies on one of the walls and do like a feature wall of little crafted items. This was super awesome that she sent. These really stunning wooden calligraphy pens and a little note about how they're used for Arabic writing. They also sent me a screenshot showing physically how they're used. I'll do a little bit of Googling before I actually start dipping them into ink and playing with them. But I'm very, very honored to have these traditional calligraphy pens in carved wood. I'm definitely an art nerd, a craft supply nerd, a paper nerd. I just go nuts for all of this kind of stuff and for learning about other cultures. So this is another piece. I think I've already said, oh, I was most excited about this or most excited about that, but truly, May, you know me so well that I'm excited about everything that you've sent. But anyhow, so she's demonstrated the calligraphy technique, Arabic handwriting, and that's how you say, or how you write her name. And then how cool is this? How you write Sarah in Arabic. I'm going to take these pages, May, where you wrote your name and where you wrote my name, and this beautiful card that you included for me, and I'm going to work them into a journal spread in the journal where I actually do my writing, and write the entry on the backs of these and clip them in with one of the clips that you included. But anyway, how gorgeous is this paper with the gilding on the edges, and again, my favorite color combination, that gold and turquoise that I just love. So yeah, this is really, really special. I adore this pad of paper. I think it's so cool how it's long and slim. Just stunning. And it's going to look beautiful in journals that I make too. So stunning. Decorated to suit the beautiful Arabic handwriting. Oh, thank you so much, May. I just love how you wrote that. It looks so cool. Work hard in silence, let success make the noise. That's a powerful quote, isn't it? We don't need to boast. We don't need to tell anybody that we're working hard. If we're working hard, they will see it in the results. Such a cool saying. That must be a traditional Arabic quote, since you've put that in quotation marks. One of the books May included in her last Happy Mail. Now I don't know whether I've shown it in a video or not. If I haven't, I'll share it in the next video, in which I'll decorate one of the pages in the swap journal. But it's a book of reproductions of traditional Arabic poetry. And each page has a different decorated frame like this one. It's on my bookshelf right now, otherwise I would grab it to show you, but I love looking through that book, and even though I can't read what the poetry says, I feel like there's a frequency that it has, and I believe this about all sacred writings and sacred text, is that if somebody has put heart and soul and gratitude and sacred sentiment into something that they've written, even if you don't speak their language, you can see the love in the painted details, and you can sort of feel something like that coming through. And I know I've definitely experienced that in temples in India that had verses of scripture painted on the walls in Sanskrit or carved into the stone in Sanskrit. I think it's just so cool. And I love kind of expanding my cultural and aesthetic reference beyond India and also into Arabic ornament, because it's just so stunning. Okay, moving on. I'm trying to show you as much as I possibly can without making the video too long. There's this stunning woven bag that I am definitely going to use to hold my watercolor sketchbooks, because it's exactly the right size for that. And then this adorable little bag was stuffed full of goodies, and I've kind of restuffed it with different goodies. Everything that May shipped, I should mention, was wrapped in this opulent fabric. It is not leather, it's definitely a cloth, but it feels soft. It doesn't feel plasticky or leathery. It feels kind of soft and just beautiful to the touch. I'm planning to do kind of a more masculine looking journal filled with stuff that I found in an antique store, at a local antique store that's architecture themed. I found an old blueprint, an old architect's blueprint, and it just got my mind going into how could I do an architecture themed book? And I think this is going to be the wraparound cover for that book. Anyhow, I'm gonna have to uncross my legs because I've been sitting on the floor to film this. So yeah, she sent some really stunning trims. Look at this one with the Arabic script. I don't even know which is the front and which is the back because both sides are so gorgeous. This must be the front because that's the way it's rolled. I just love it. This was wrapped around a package as decoration. And this pretty purple and aqua. I might just use this on the cover of the journal that I'm going to make as my swap journal, the one that I make for May to fill up. I love that. Oof, this one. I love, 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 love this trim. It has such a beautiful pink and gold with multicolor glass jewels in that peacock theme. I'm working on another peacock themed journal as we speak, or as I speak, or as you watch this video. And I'm going to put one of these peacocks inside it as the first one that I use. But I'm also going to use one of these in a journal for myself because I love it. I'll probably do a whole journal for myself, May, just out of the things that you've sent in these 2 happy mails, because I would love to keep a sample of every single thing before I make it into other things. So yeah, this beautiful trim, black velvet with gold sequins, and then this Arabic trim, gold on gold. I've been planning to do a journal that I'd like to call it the black and white ball, and make it entirely out of black, white, gold, and tan colored elements. And I'm seeing this as part of the cover. We'll see how it comes together. Just so, so, so cool. All the stuff. I can see what this is, that it's for holding a cell phone. That's literally something that I need because I'm regularly taking my phone into the mountains and trying to take selfies and struggling to get the right angle. So I'm going to figure out how to attach this to my iPhone case, and that will be put to wonderful use. Some cute washi tape samples, a beautiful dangling charm, some really pretty, in my favorite color, turquoise sparkle trim. The lovely earrings she sent were in this, and again, May, thank you so, 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 so much for those. I'm wearing them. I haven't taken them off since I opened the package. They're just so special. I've been planning to do a tea-themed journal, so this border is going to look beautiful used in it. So cool. I might even put that up on the wall in the kitchen of the place I'm moving into because it'll look so good there. And as a lover of tea, it'll fit really nicely. So yeah, just some of the most beautiful trims I've ever seen. One of the books was wrapped up in this scarf. Again, one of my favorite colors. I love cool colors. Blues, greens, purples, aquas. Oh, just so stunning. It's just so stunning. This reminds me of a scarf that May sent in her first Happy Mail, and I just love the intricate details. It's absolutely stunningly beautiful in that royal blue. And this beautiful piece I thought was a piece of trim until I realized that there are heavy gold tassels on each end. So I would love to know what this is traditionally used for, because I'm not sure how that would be worn. But I tried wrapping it around my waist and folding it over kind of like a sash. And now I wish I hadn't done that, because I know it would look gorgeous added to a journal. But I also kind of like the way it looks as a belt over a maxi dress. And so I think I'll wear it a few times before I add it to my crafted pieces. So thank you, May. You're not only adding to my craft stash, you're also adding to my wardrobe. I'll set these aside. And then the last, oh no, not the last. There's still more over here. Okay. Next, I want to show you how talented May is, not only as a journal artist, but also as an artist. And she drew this really realistic looking eye. It is just so cool. I would love to know which animal or which bird this is, but it's on beautiful watercolor paper. Thought maybe she would have written what the animal is, but that's probably down here in Arabic, so it's a mystery to us who only speak English. But anyone viewing this from the Middle East will know, perhaps. But yeah, and I even love the way these are wrapped up in these file folders. Once I've moved and I've put these up on my wall, I'd love to upcycle these into some kind of a crafted piece. Wouldn't that be fun? Instead of a junk journal, a junk file folder filled with different decorated pages to pull out and add to. I might have to do something like that. This is one of my favorites. I absolutely love this picture, May. I just love it. I love how fuzzy the little bumblebee looks. It looks like it's coming up off the page. You just got that texture so perfectly done. And the flowers, the leaves, the bright colors, it's just such a happy print, or such a happy painting. Really beautifully done. And it's gonna look really sweet on my wall. When I put these things up, Mail, of course I'll send you a picture in WhatsApp of how they look. Okay, this bag that she's clipped a little note to it, the bag and copybook are from Thailand. So I went to Thailand. I spent over a month in Thailand in 2016. And at the time, I had taken the vows of sannyas in a group that I later realized was a cult, but I lived that time under the vows of Hindu monasticism, which included a vow of aparigraha, which translates to living with a minimum number of possessions. And under that vow, we didn't carry cash. We didn't really have any formal income. We were living like renunciants. And what's funny is I remember looking at bags like this and looking at books like this in the gift shops along Patong Beach in Phuket, and kind of feeling badly that I'm all the way in Thailand, but I can't buy any souvenirs. And so how cool is it to get these beautiful pieces, this book and this bag, that are from Thailand? So I feel like it satisfies a craving that I had years ago to buy some things as a souvenir of that trip. And so they're not from that trip, but they're from that place, and they bring back the good memories of that experience. So thank you so much, May. That's why I said it's like on some level you knew which things were on my wish list and sent exactly those. And now last but definitely not least, this big, beautiful, stunning handmade bag that is May included a message or a note that explained that this was traditionally woven by artisans in Saudi Arabia who would pass down the technique from generation to generation for how to do this weaving and how to make these bags. And that it's becoming a lost art because the newer generations, either they're not interested in learning, or just life has pulled people into a direction that gets away from family-made handicrafts and into other kinds of employment. So the technique is no longer being passed down, making them quite rare. And I just want you to know, May, how honored I am that you've parted with your cherished bags, this one and the other one that I showed earlier. I just feel very, very honored and grateful to have a piece of your cultural history. And they will definitely get prime position in my craft room up on display. leave that. I don't want to risk picking at anything. Anyhow, this bag is just stuffed with stunning, stunning, stunning pieces of fabric yet again. Oh, there's the note. I won't read you the note, but once again, I'll show you how pretty it is with this handmade paper. Oh, so cute. I'll also put this in my journal spread, in my journal spread about your happy mail and what you've shared. So, okay. These fabrics are stunningly beautiful and so brightly colored. And they remind me of jewelry, these images on them. And they're very similar to some of the fabrics, similar in color but different design, to the fabrics that May included with her last package. So I'm definitely going to make myself a special journal utilizing pieces of all of these. And I feel like once I've done that, I'll be able to use them in other pieces for other people too. But first, I love to keep a little sample of each thing. I love this one. And I recognize this from the book that you made me. It's so pretty. I'm already thinking of how I'm going to use it in journals, and I would love to use the little mesh parts as little peekaboo windows. So it maybe layer this over an old book page or something so that the words come through but only in little pieces, or maybe I'll find little pictures to put behind them, but it's just so cool. And this one has such a unique texture. It reminds me of like a Chanel tweed dress or a tweed jacket or something. Even though it's not tweed, it has that woven texture and glamorous feel to it, especially with the sequined border. Doesn't this look like it could be made into a high-end handbag? If you haven't heard of her before, there's a journal artist, I forget her name, but her YouTube channel is called J'adore le papier. And she does a lot of really cool concept journals that give histories of different fashion houses. Like she has a journal, multiple journals that she's made on the theme of the history of Chanel. And this just looks like it could be the cover of one of those journals. Anyhow, I've been thinking of making a journal inspired by the journals made by J'adore le papier, only instead of the history of Chanel, or I forget who else she's done. She might have done a Louis Vuitton journal. No, Hermes. She's done Chanel and she's done Hermes that I've seen. But I've thought I would love to do a journal not as specific as picking a designer and making a journal, but more in general, making a journal like the history of jewelry. And this might just be the cover fabric for that journal because it reminds me of jewelry chains. Anyhow, there's nothing like getting new craft supplies to spark your creative juices, to get them flowing. But yeah, this might just be my favorite fabric of the bunch. So beautiful. I love the leaves, I love the flowers, I love the texture. And like I said, the fact that it's double-sided is going to make it so much fun to work with. Oof, just look at that. I haven't opened it all the way yet, so it's cool to see how it gets to be this plainer sort of a pinkish beige satin with these flowers. Oh, I can see this on a tall, skinny journal, folded over and layered with stuff. Oh, May, like I said, she spoiled me. It's like when the package arrived, I had it sent to my mom's house because I wasn't sure where I'd be living or if I'd still have my P.O. box. Since, like I said, I'm planning to move, so I might have to change my P.O. box address to a place closer to the new place. Look at these prayer beads in my absolute favorite color. So that's going to be a special piece. I'll use this in a book for myself, possibly as a wraparound closure. Something like that. Because I wouldn't be able to bring myself to cut apart prayer beads. And I just love that color. In fact, maybe this will be the cover of the book that's the closure for. Maybe not. We'll see. But yeah, I love this brocade as well. Anyhow, I gave May my mom's address because, for one thing, international packages sometimes don't do so well with a P.O. box address. And for another thing, I didn't want to give my apartment address because it's hard to get things delivered here. There's sometimes an issue with the buzzer. And so anyhow, it went to my mom, and she texted me yesterday a picture of the package once it arrived with a little note that says it's Christmas. And that's certainly how it feels. It feels like my birthday and Christmas and all the holidays all wrapped into one to get a happy mail from May. It's truly spectacular, spectacular things that she has sent. I feel so honored and so blessed to receive them and to work with them. So yeah, once again, May, thank you infinitely. Oh boy, and there's still other things I haven't showed you guys. This cute little bumblebee book, and there's an and book, and you'll see what I mean in a moment when I say an and book. Look at this. It looks like a book, Alpha Books, and it's just the word and all throughout. So this I'm planning to put on my bookshelf kind of open like that to show it. Anyway, thank you, thank you, thank you, May. I hope you know just how much it means to me when you send me these stunningly beautiful things. I'm so excited to fill up your swap book. I'm so excited to start looking around through my stash to see what I can send back to you that will be hopefully as much fun and exciting for you to open as this was for me. And for everybody else watching, look, this is more of the stuff. This is what was pinned to the brown faux leather fabric that was wrapping the things. So cute how it's been done. Every single thing May used for the packaging and for the wrapping can be reused in my own creative work, and I just love that too. Oh, and these cool cutout coffee dyed papers that she used. She included a note. There we go. The idea of this paper is from Sigita's Coffee Stains YouTube channel, junk journal artist. The name, and she calls the paper cheese paper. To me, this looks like, it reminds me of the surface of an asteroid. You know, all the random shaped holes that are in it. So I'm thinking of using these in a journal like this, and maybe putting like space behind it or something like that. I'm not sure, but I definitely plan to use these pages as cutout windows in journals. I'll do one of them in the swap journal to show May how I'm using the paper she gave me. But anyway, yeah, to May, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much. I just love everything that you make. It's so much fun to look at and fun to play with, and because your collages are so busy and so full of unbelievable details, it's like I see something new in them every time I look. And to everyone else watching this, I hope May's creativity has inspired you to get playing with, maybe with your magazine pages, maybe with some Mod Podge, maybe make a few books, maybe do a swap yourself. And I'm just, like I said, overwhelmed by May's generosity. It's more than I could have ever imagined to find in a package. More creativity, more just loving vibrations, more loving energy, more beauty, more texture. I'm excited. Very excited to get playing with these things. So yeah, thank you again for watching. Oh, I'll retie that baby. Thank you for watching. Happy crafting, happy journaling. So much love to you, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.